Hello, my beautiful friend, and welcome back to another daily video. Today it's about trust. And with trust, I mean in the franchises and the studios that are, well, delivering on these franchises, but not in the way that the majority of the people want. Let's dive in. This is about a franchise that is near and dear to my heart because I grew up with it. I played almost every God of War title. The only one that I didn't play is which one was it on the PSP? There was a second one. I played only one of those, but doesn't really matter. And yeah, even though Ragnarok is riddled with sweet baby ink stuff, I enjoyed it. I did. Not as much as the first one, but yeah, again, God of War is very special to me. But after Sons of Sparta, the terrible, absolutely horrendous 2D platformer that they released just last week or so, and how they're handling the God of War saga right now, my trust is broken. It is gone. It's been for a while, especially with Sony. And now let's look at this. This article by Screen Rant. As always, you will find everything that I'm going to show you in the description box down below. God of War sequel leak confirms we're saying goodbye to Kratos. Which at first, fine, it's okay. I mean, we had him for such a long time, and he's a great character. And we are getting a remake of the games, which I personally am very split about. On one hand, it's probably going to be good because it's going to look better, it's going to play better. But on the other hand, I don't trust Sony to make the game basically a one-to-one remake. There are probably going to be no titties, there's probably going to be less takedowns, both of which starts with T, which is a good thing in my mind. But yeah, this article written by James Lynch. So, this year will mark the 4th anniversary of the release of God of War Ragnarok, the epic action-adventure from Sony Santa Monica Studio. The studio that is riddled with agenda-pushing people. Because here, Angerboda, yeah, in a Nordic myth setting, is a black girl. Yeah, that's the thing. You know who, in for a short period of time, who would fit that one? It's Loki. It's Atreus or Atreus, or however you want to pronounce it, because he's the shapeshifter. He is the father of, of the Fenris wolf Fenrir, and the mother. Yes, you heard me right. He's the mother, or Loki is the mother in that point, of Sleipnir, Odin's horse. The eight-legged horse that can run from world to world. But yeah, the shapeshifter could be black for a short time. But then again, you can call me whatever you want. In my Nordic game, I wanted it to be, Nordic people. So, since then, the developer has remained pretty tight-lipped on what's next for them and the franchise, for a very good reason. But new information is starting to emerge that suggests we could be in for some huge changes. At first confirmed in a report by VCCF Tech, I don't know this page, the next game from the studio is said to be an expansion of the God of War universe, with a new cast of characters and some more familiar faces. Again, at first, this sounds great. I mean, I don't mind to say goodbye to Kratos. I absolutely don't. Do I love him? Absolutely. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. Because he went from a simple-minded murder machine to a loving father who tries to convey his thoughts and feelings to the next generation, to his son. You know, after he, let's just say, accidentally murdered his wife and daughter in the very first game. And that made him to who he is right now. You know, the ash-covered warrior of Sparta. Since that reveal, well-known leaker Nate the Hate, who has previously proved quite reliable on similar releases, shared additional details, with the headline being that the lead character of the next game is said to be Faye, who players will know from Ragnarok. Yeah, I have thoughts about that. All in all, I don't mind to have a female lead in games. I absolutely don't. If you know me for a while, if you follow me, you know that I actually love that whenever they are written good, whenever it makes sense, let's just say it like that, when the narrative is well laid out and everything. But with Sony, again, it is about trust. My trust is broken, just like in Ubisoft, just like in EA, and so on. And we have here Faye. If this is true, if she's really the main character, shouldn't this game be called Goddess of War? Because we are not playing the God of War anymore. If you want a God of War game, then go to a completely different pantheon. Give us someone else. Or rather, go back to Greece. Let us play Ares before Kratos is there. That would be great. To see the world again in the eyes of a Greek god. Awesome. I would have liked to play Faye in a sequence or whatever, because I enjoyed her parts in the flashbacks. I enjoyed how the story evolved around her in the very first game, how her last wish was the main drive of the story, of the narrative. I really enjoyed that one. But I don't trust them to make this a good game. Also, again, this is another redhead with dreadlocks. We already have that one, you know, in Horizon Zero Dawn. The character Aloy that you made a lesbian in the second one for whatever reason. And then again, I did love the first one. I do love the first one. I have an Aloy plush in my hallway on the shelf because I love Horizon Zero Dawn. My ex and I completed it to 100% on her PS4 and then almost 100%ed it again on my PS4. That's how much we love Horizon Zero Dawn. But none of us finished the second one. So, as many of you will know, Faye was the second wife of Kratos and mother of Atreus, serving as a major character in the overall story of the last two God of War games. Yes, though we don't really know whether we will be playing as Faye the whole time or if she serves as the lead for the story, it likely means we're in for a different game. Yeah, if there are no takedowns, if there are no rage mode, God of War rage mode, then it's not a God of War game. Just think about it. Whenever we have Devil May Cry and there is no devil trigger, that's not a Devil May Cry. Whenever we have the main character not being stabbed by a sword, that's not Devil May Cry. Additional information in the leaks confirmed that it will differ significantly from the Norse games in that it will have much heavier focus on action. Okay, Faye's presence also likely rules out the journey to another pantheon of gods, which again I would have really enjoyed, as many suspect that we may be doing in the next release from the studio. Lastly, Nate claims that the studio is currently targeting a reveal at some point this year, with a full release in the first half of 2027, though there could absolutely still be delays. Yeah, obviously. Fans are divided about God of War's future. Over on Reddit, fans reacted to all of those revelations, and it's safe to say that there was a pretty wide variety of responses and opinions to that potential future. Surprised it's not Freya? That would have been great, by the way. But Faye would be interesting, especially if they bring back Deborah and Wool, one common red. Oh yeah, the actress. I like her. At least from what I've seen. As far as I know, there is nothing problematic about her. Personally, would have preferred a Freya prequel game. I think there is too much of her history and about the Vanir that hasn't been talked about. Yeah, true. Also, with Freya and Frey, her brother, there is a lot of things to explore. Her relationship with Odin, she being the old leader of the Valkyries, that would have been great. And it would have fit a little bit more into the God of War thingy with, yeah, well, we're playing the leader of the Valkyries. You know, the warriors we fought in the first and second God of War. But yeah, a third set was hoping for a completely new character and completely unrelated setting. That would have been my pick. I thought maybe in an extra game or two later, then Kratos and the new MC would be able to meet up. Seems too related to the Norse games. Yeah, again, I wouldn't mind to have to say goodbye to Kratos, that we never see him again. Fine. Let's just give us a small DLC or something like that that ends his storyline. Or not DLC, give us another mainline game. Give us a mainline game, end his story for good, and then go into another pantheon. There is nothing problematic as of right now. There does seem to be a lot of foundations to these reports, so it's a pretty safe bet that we'll get something similar to what's being claimed. Let's hope they can deliver an exciting experience that somehow toes that line of expectations for fans. For the fan base. Oh my god, I'm sorry, my coffee is not kicking in. That wants very different things moving forward. You know what fans want? A fun game. Just a fun game. What we experienced in all of the God of Wars. We want a good action game with a good story. We want to dive in. We want to take down our enemies. We want to scream in their faces and rip them apart. But then, let's just look at this one here. This article doesn't matter. It's just that I wanted to have this picture. Just look at this beautiful beard. You know me, I do love a good, well-trimmed beard. Amazon's God of War series adds 4 additional characters. I haven't talked about the Amazon TV series as of yet, because there was just one picture. I hated it, and we're gonna talk about that one. It's this one here. It looks terrible. This is, again, trust. My trust that Amazon is going to make the God of War series a good series is non-existent. It's going to be bad. This looks like a cosplay by a dad and his son, which is fine for a cosplay, but not for a TV series made by one of the biggest companies in the world. What are you doing? And again, look at this beard. What is this? What is this thing here sticking out of it? No. No. Absolutely not. And then again, I don't trust them. At this point, I also don't trust Amazon, despite Henry Cavill being there, to make a good 40k series. I'm not. It could be Horus Heresy. I don't care. I want to see a little bit more, because there are also a lot of AI articles about Henry Cavill that, I mean, it sounds good, but there is nothing that is behind the claim. They're just claims. Oh, he does this and that to the writing team. So, no. Where are your sources? What are you talking about? Where does this come from? There is nothing behind that. And again, we have seen what they did to Rings of Power, that terrible show. I don't care that Modi, Magni, Gna, and Trud are coming back, because I'm scared what they're going to do with Angerboda. I'm scared what they're going to do with Loki in the future, with oh, I forgot the names. I'm so terrible with names. The Dwarf Brothers, Brokkr and Sindri. Those two, because I don't know what's going to happen to them. But yeah, let's just wait and see. Again, my trust is absolutely not there. I think the God of War franchise is slowly declining with Sony, as they're going more and more into these. We need more girl bosses. And everyone is sick and tired of girl bosses. I don't want more girl bosses, man. I absolutely don't. I'm looking forward for Stellar Blade 2, by the way. Not only because all the characters are hot, so not just the women, it's the men as well. They look great. I mean, just look at Adam. He's a cutie and he's hot. So everyone has something to look at. But then we have Naughty Dog with Intergalactic, the heretic game that should be reported to the Inquisition, but Neil Druckmann has to put his fetish into the games. We have The Last of Us, where they took away Joel and gave us another girl boss. But do you know whom I trust right now? With whom my trust is overflowing, you might say. It's Capcom. We have a Capcom Spotlight Showcase this week on Thursday. They're going to talk about for 30 minutes Street Fighter 6, which is going to be great. We just had the reveal of Alex, which is awesome. We have Mega Man Dual Override, Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. I'm looking forward for Dual Override. This is the first Mega Man that I'm looking forward to in a couple of years. Monster Hunter Stories 3. If you have seen me playing the demo, we are going to play Monster Hunter Stories 3 here on the stream as well on the channel. And Pragmata, you know me, I have played the demo. I'm so looking forward to that one. After Resident Evil 9, after Requiem, my trust in Capcom is back. The next titles, especially after the demos with these two games, now, if the stories are great, I will have the rule of 3. The first game, okay, you have piqued my trust, you have piqued my interest. The second game, okay, now you've got me hooked. And the third one, if all 3 of those are banger titles, then you have cemented my trust for a long period of time again. Don't screw up, Capcom. Do this right. Absolutely, do this right. But what are your thoughts on all of this? Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I am keen to know what you have to say. And while you're here, please remember to do all the things that make the dings. Why? Because that way we can build a bigger community and talk more video game news every day. And by that I of course mean like and subscribe, and if you want you can share this video with your friends, and please turn off YouTube's restricted mode. Otherwise, have a great day, my friend. Stay fantastic. Stay hydrated. I'm gone with my mind right now. I need more coffee. Bye. Bye. We're going to stream Crow Country later. Bye. Bye. Bye.